Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Lego with Jason from the Brick Stop. That's me, of course, and Andrew with Brick Monarch Shop and the Brick Monarch page.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight, my friend?
Good. We have a lot of people in here. I wanted to point out somebody in the chat. Jared Evans says hi. This is my first time watching one of these live. So we want to welcome him and let him know that we appreciate him taking the time out during our live.
Yeah, definitely. Good to have
also,
you, my friend.
Retro with a five-pound donation. Thanks,
appreciate it
very much. Appreciate it.
Yep. As always, donation super chats are turned on. We appreciate a like and a follow if you're into the content and you have fun.
Jose is pointing out that my space guy in the yellow is holding a new radio.
Already just
I'm not sure if Jose doesn't realize that all I do is work with new parts.
Switching out those old castle. Yeah, the old castle gray panels for the new ones out here. No, that's funny. That's pretty great. Thanks, Jose. We appreciate your attention to detail. I want to address real quick also.
What? What are you addressing?
Hang on 1 second here.
I was going to say, did we just pick up somebody else's audio?
Yeah, no, I'm good now. Did we lose it for a second?
Your mouth was moving, but you weren't saying anything. I don't know what was going on.
Oh, yeah, that's odd. I maybe had a little bit of a dip in the internet there. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Henry the Horse. There it is. Blacktron is hacking the signal. I was just talking to Jason about Blacktron before we jumped on here.
Yeah, they got us. I was just welcoming the new 25 or so new followers over the last week, so good to have them here.
Oh yeah, very much so.
So yeah,
we've got a lot of people in here. Taz in here, Mirko, Tricerion, General Tron's Bricks, Lego Composer, Andrew Alburn, welcome. And
Lego Composer, he's in here.
Yeah, Henry the Horse is in here.
Tell him I'm waiting for a fire beat on my new track I dropped on Instagram. You'd love it. It's all about Star Wars. All right. Cool. Well, welcome everybody. Heyo. Yeah, there you are. Cool. Good to have you on. Yeah.
Welcome to Let's Talk About Lego Futron.
Yeah. I suppose we should address what we're talking about here. So,
well, we've made it pretty clear.
Yeah, it's right in front of us. Futron. Do you have the dates for the release on this one?
Released October 1988.
Very nice. I looked at them earlier today and then forgot everything I saw. So, long day.
Something too that's really small that I don't think a lot of people realize is Futron is called the Valor Squadron. That was its first initial release and title in the mini book in 1988.
The Valor Squadron? That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kind of like, hey, we're here and we're killers and we're here to defend good.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
So it is pretty cool.
That's actually the Valor Squadron. That's really cool. That's cool.
It is kind of cool.
Futron's a great name, and it's a good encompassing name for the whole theme. It works really well for them.
What a great bunch of sets there is.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
So I know that there's a ton of Lego space that came before this, but I feel like this is when it really found its own. Like, this is Lego space, like you've never seen it. This is kind of like, how like Classic Castle has like the yellow castle and the funky little wagons and the built horses. And
yeah, it's very similar.
You get Crusader, Black Falcons, and the Black Knights show up, and you're like, okay, now we're talking. Like, now we've got something to really look at here. So these designs are stellar.
Oh yeah, I love these.
Star Defender, is that one down there? Star Defender. That looks amazing.
Yeah, we'll get into all of them.
Okay, cool.
All of them for sure. I do like the color scheme I like the
very
subtle
clean.
bits of red, the red
Mhm.
trans in there, with the
Absolutely.
dark blue. I actually just had to put in a brickling quarter and got some more dark blue trans pieces just at random to fill out my order.
Yeah, no, dark blue transparent parts are beautiful to have.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very nice.
Yeah, and I mean the cool thing about this is if you really were into Futron, maybe say as much as Andrew Albarn, right?
Yeah.
You get the Aquanauts come out with the dark blue big domes,
Mhm.
and then
Yeah,
those big doors that come out. I mean, those could
absolutely.
be implemented into Futron seamlessly,
Yeah.
which is great.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have some of the big blue domes on the monorail here too, which is great.
Yeah, but I'm
So,
talking about the whatever it
oh,
was, like the 10 by 10. I think it's a 10 by 10.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, to make some nice like towers and some other like
Yeah,
expand out the base a little. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Just have
Beautiful.
some different variations.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, all these designs are fun. There's some very unique things going on with this. Lots of like cool little like suits and walkers, and then some phenomenal ships. And of course, we can say this is the monorail. I mean, this is a white whale set for everyone. Like, who
Yeah,
doesn't want a box with this on it, right? Like,
conveniently, Andrew Albarn had two, and I bought one from him, so I have it.
there you go, man. Yeah, so this is the one. This is the monorail I don't have. I got the one we talked about that a while, like 4 or 5 episodes ago with the Unitron.
Yeah,
A lot of fun. That one's got a lot of fun
which
functionality,
would
but this
still be great
one's
to have. I would love to
oh,
have that one.
absolutely. No, having both is peak status there. But this one has a lot of. This one's pretty straightforward. But it's the first one, so it's got that, you know, the nostalgia, and that it holds that position. It's like the Black Seas Barracuda
Yeah.
of space, right? Like, so having that's pretty awesome. But yeah, man. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. It's a good theme here.
Oh yeah, you ready to go into these sets?
Yeah. Let's jump into the sets. Let's get some closer looks at some of these things. I love this image, by the way, of the monorail coming up here.
Oh yeah, I do too. It's phenomenal.
Just to kind of nod to that, we all always on this channel love the booklets and the cinematic, you know, displays they used to do. So.
Oh yeah. So here's the first little set of little ships.
Okay.
Let's see. You got the Space Patroller. I forget what I had to shorten the TW spoiler for some reason. Andrew Albarn, can you help me with that name? I can't remember what it was. And then the Laser Ranger, Astro Dart, and the Star Quest.
Fun names. All of those are really fun.
Yeah. Here's the weird thing. And maybe Andrew Albarn can shed a little light on this. The Star Quest, it's like a random one-off. And if it was the black zip-up guy, he should have a black helmet on, but he doesn't. So he's like a weird mix.
Yeah, one of these I believe is kind of difficult and hard to get a hold of. It might be that one, but I could be wrong. Andrew, if you want to weigh in the comments, we obviously appreciate that. Let's see. Is the TW spoiler? Okay, no, I'm looking at it now. Never mind. I thought that was a different set. So these space guys, they have the original colors and logos of the classic spacemen, but they've got the split kind of logo there on the front.
Yeah, they've got the zipper split.
That's it. Yeah, the zipper split, which is a really fun take on the old logos and things like that from the original themes. I think that's a perfect way to do that. It's really nice. And I actually one of my favorites is the black one. I really like that look.
Oh yeah, I like the black one as well.
Yeah, he might be my favorite out of the Futron guys. Let's see, Andrew Auburn. It's a combo pack, he thinks here.
Yeah, it probably was.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You know. Oh, Steve's in here. Hey, welcome, Steve. And Sisu. Good to have you guys. Just welcoming more people into the chat here. thanks again for joining in. Feel free to drop a comment if you want to join in. We'll try to address those as we go.
Yeah. I really I really like the 6810 Laser Ranger. I mean, it's got the little white cups on there. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
The white goblet cup.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's a good.
And then the
point
Space
pointing out that.
Patroller 6830 looks really cool. Like it's just like got a really nice sleek shape to it.
Yeah, I like those wedge panels on the edges there. Kind of gives you a little bit of that Blacktron Cruiser vibe.
Yeah.
Just the use of those there. It looks really nice. I'm guessing also that those hinge, so they probably can be positioned nicely. So that's cool. Yeah, it's fun to have all these little craft, because you can kind of create little fleets and things like that with them.
Yeah.
They have like a lot of.
I love these little sets because I mean these are all the little sets where you would think that you might have like 5 or 6 of each one of these, right?
Yeah, dude. If the Laser Ranger was a $6 set or a $4 set today, I'd want like 10 of them.
Right.
Like, I love the
We do.
minifigure, right? And then the design. I think you're right. Out of all 5 of these, I think that might be the most appealing looking one, especially with those cups on the back. That's just nice. Ooh, yeah, and the Space Patroller. You're right, that one, because I love, like we were talking about the little the screen, the way they use the screens, the windscreen over it, like how Entron did it in a couple of their sets. That is a very traditional, classic way to use that piece, and I do like seeing it there. It looks really good there. So, yeah, for sure. Lorem ipsum no red Futron yet. Did they not do? So they recreated the 3 colors, but not the red guy? Oh. I didn't know that. I've looked hard enough at these to realize that, if that's the case.
What?
Red Futron?
Yeah.
Are there no red guys?
Yeah, there's red guys.
Oh, okay. For some
I'm
reason,
looking at the 4. I've got the 4 minifigs right here on my desktop.
Got it. Okay, cool. And then I think was there a CMF with a green one? There's something like that. There's something.
Well, I mean, there was a classic space guy that came with the mech that was green, but I don't think there was a green one with the zipper.
Okay, I'm racking my brain on that one because I feel like I saw it in something. Oh, you know what it is? It was the Lego Education set. So there was a Futron, I believe, Lego Education set, and it was like Lego. It's called Lego Dacta at the time, and it came with green ones, I believe. It's the only set to come with them. So, yeah. But I think that's where I saw that. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up. Anyway, yeah, these are great little sets, though. All of them.
Oh yeah,
fun little definitely. Flyers, for sure, for sure.
All right, awesome. Here's the next one.
Cool. So these are
some crawlers.
Yeah. So we got some flyers, and then we got some crawlers.
Yeah, I love all of these. Honestly, they still have that really cool classic space vibe.
Yeah.
But it's new. It's new. It's fresh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I like. Yeah, it's hard to describe how much these make me happy. The way these are laid out, like the way they use the windscreen on that large one, the interplanetary rover, right? Like,
yeah,
we're also used to using that screen as like a helicopter style cockpit going forward like that, and the way they have it upright is a very cool use. The way they used the corner panels on that crater crawler to make like a domed sort of, almost, you could almost consider that like a space like mobile lab inside that dome.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Like, all of those techniques, it's like, I don't know, dude, but it seems like they hired some new designers and they really went ham on these designs because they're really, really awesome. All of these are a lot of fun, man.
Oh,
just really, really impressive looking stuff here.
The crater crawler is probably one of my favorite ones, but the lunar MVP vehicle is also very cool.
Yeah.
So I like both of those on this here group of sets.
Yeah, I like that you broke them up kind of this way into like vehicles, like on the ground, and then some of the air ones and stuff like that. Because it's cool to see the different types of vehicles they really put time and effort into building here. So that's kind of fun.
Yeah. And then let's move on here to these.
Mm-hmm.
So the strategic pursuer, the little robot thing.
I really like that one.
I really like it too, but I don't like that the hinge only goes forward.
That's kind of rough. Yeah.
It's kind of, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And then the minifig pack was not technically a Futron.
Sure.
But I like it because it's got 2 Blacktron guys in there, and then it's got all 4 of the Futron colors as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. I like that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then I want to say that this was the only light and sound set, the Lunar Transporter Patroller.
Sure, as opposed excluding the monorail, because I think
excluding the monorail,
that lights on it at the very least, I'm sure. But yeah, this one's cool. I always like the little sound box there. That's always a fun feature. Sometimes it feels like they shoehorn it in a little bit. Even here, it's a little It's like, oh, you built around it so you could have those features. But at the time, I mean, for the scale of the builds that they're putting in here, like it's hey there.
Hey, I don't
zoom in.
I don't know. I hit the space bar on accident.
No, it's all good. They did a pretty good job making them still fairly streamlined and compact. Like, I think there's better examples maybe in City where they really made them nicely built. But fun to have the light and sound, especially for kids. They love that stuff. But
Tricerion, Futron. What's Futron after Blacktron? And no, not technically. A few of the Futron sets did release in 1987. Blacktron came out in 1987. And then Futron was basically up against Blacktron 1. That was the first pairing, because both of those kind of came out together, where they were like fighting against each other as soon as Classic Space kind of cut out.
Got it. I was wrong with real quick. I just want to say that someone might have already addressed this, but the green Futron guy, he's not printed the exact same way. It's the same style. It's just a little updated, but it has the zipper, the Futron, and the green. It's a split torso, just like these ones. He came in a Lego set in 2015 called City Square, and he was like in the window of a toy store in City Square. So you could get a green Futron minifig that way. Yeah. Look it up if you guys want to see it. The ones that came in the Lego Education were red with just green pants. So those were just standard red guys. So
yeah.
But I knew I had seen a green one. I was like, there's one out there. So 2015 City Square.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, just a random Futron fact for you.
Well, let's talk about these guys right here.
Now we're getting into the more heavy duty flyers here.
Yeah, these are awesome. I absolutely love these. The
Star Defender 200.
The Star Defender 200 is sick.
It might be. I mean, it's in my top 10, if not top 5 Lego space sets of all time, or Lego space ships of all time. I love this thing so much.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good. Yeah. Just everything about it, man. Even the way they it looks like they mounted like some pretty heavy duty cannons on it. It's clearly a formidable ship here. Like, I wouldn't want to come against this one. Like, it's quite a defended looking ship. So yeah. And then Ion 2 hyperspace. Almost like a little mini space station, it looks like.
Yeah, it's Orion 2 hyperspace.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's really cool. I love the domes on the side there, the
I love
solid
that
white.
those domes are white.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I've got a couple solid red ones. I don't think I have any solid white ones. So,
I think
um,
weren't they white ones like that in the Knights Challenge on the top
thought
of the
those
little
they
balcony?
maybe because there was a red one on the Black Falcon Sentry post or whatever that was.
Yeah, the guard check.
Guard check, yeah, yeah. So they had the red one on that. I can't remember what the color. They might have been white on the joust. Someone can. Oh yeah, someone. General Tronsbrick's white domes in the Knights Challenge too. Yes, he says so.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You know that movie 2001: Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's kind of the one of the most famous like sci-fi movies. Kind of the first one to do a lot of things. These have a very like that kind of vibe where it's very I don't know, it's hard to describe, but it's got that raw kind of sci-fi feel of early space, and I really like this whole aesthetic a lot.
Yeah.
All these have that feel, especially the
Yeah.
white. I think it's the white and the blue, like you were talking about. The color scheme is so good. It's so simple, but it's perfect for space.
Yeah, I do like it, and I like it for a faction called Futron, the Valor Squadron. It fit.
It's perfect. Yeah, no, and that feeds into just exactly what I was saying. Even the backgrounds they have on this, like the Valor Squadron, the whole concept around that, like it's very much reminiscent of that movie and that kind of that era of sci-fi and all of that. So, uh, yeah, Andrew Auburn, totally agree. Appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean it's there. It's just I can feel it. You know.
Yeah, so I have the 6875, the hovercraft.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've got that one
That's cool.
in pretty good shape. Pretty good
Yeah.
shape. It's actually built. I actually have it built, but it's in the Blacktron case up on the rack up here.
Sure. Yeah. See, I have a couple of these, like a very small selection of smaller ships. And yeah, I can't. They just kind of hang out with the rest of the space guys, because it's like I don't have the whole. I don't have anywhere near the whole collection of the theme, so they don't have their own space.
Yeah.
But that little
Um
funky. What was that bot? The little like mobile suit the guy was that only leans forward. What was that called?
um
That
strategic
is.
pursuer.
Yeah, I do have that one. That's one of the ones I got. So
We
that's.
are getting we are getting quite a few comments in the chat about the modular setup on these, and they are very modular. All of Futron is, all the
Mm,
pods come off and slide
sure.
around, wings are back and forth, and
Hmm.
I mean it's a lot. It's a lot of the similar stuff that we saw in Blacktron. They were
Yeah.
both coming out the same, so they were both getting that same love of
Same
design.
treatment.
Yeah,
And the Space Police. Didn't Space Police have a lot of
yeah. Space
modular
Police did as
modular
well.
acts? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate that they kept that kind of that spirit alive even into the like middle of the 90s, with
Yeah.
especially with like Unitron and the all the swappable like pods and stuff on that one.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's nice to see that kind of survive through the ages. And actually, to be fair, it's all in the city space now stuff too. That's all modular. It
Uh-huh.
even shows it on the box as like the modular system. You can clip this to that, and that pod goes on here. And
Yeah.
so, I mean, obviously, city space doesn't hold a candle to this stuff, but
No, not even close.
it's still fun. They have that little nod, I guess, to the original stuff.
Yeah. Overall, though, I mean that this Star Defender 200 is the biggest ship in Futron.
Mm, okay. It's the best one. Again, like if I that'd be a fun maybe video to do at some point, is ranking some of these spaceships, because this would be up there for me, man.
Yeah.
Starhawk, is that the one from Unitron? That one's up there. This one,
Oh yeah.
yeah. The what's the Blacktron one again? Renegade.
The Renegade.
Yeah, I think we could put together a pretty hard-hitting list of top 10 spaceships.
Oh yeah, we could definitely do. I mean, Deep Freeze Defender would be in there.
Yeah.
Rebel Hunter would be in there from the Space Police.
Yep, that's yeah. I mean, there's the top 5 right there. I guess we already kind of just did
Pretty
it.
much. Pretty much.
Starhawk 2, yeah, that's the one.
All right. Any other comments towards these 3 here?
Not really. Not really, except for just saying that obviously they're phenomenal, and it's just nice to see the cohesion of the theme and seeing it all just kind of laid out here is really fun.
Oh yeah,
I really like the consistency is nice.
Oh yeah, very nice.
And it's a big theme. I think I read online it was around 17 sets, which is puts it up there as one of the largest Lego space themes.
Mirko is suggesting a different direction for our show. Jason, you should do a top 10 episodes sometime.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, we should probably do that. Top 10 castles, top 10 pirate sets.
That could be a fun year-end type of show too, where we kind of highlights, do 2 or 3 shows of just highlight stuff, top 10 stuff, kind of wrapping up the year before we roll into the next one, kind of a thing. That might be fun. Yeah, sometimes only. Yeah, you can't be doing the top 10 every single week.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I can't get away from talking about the whole faction or the whole theme. I love doing that. Yeah. I wish I could do that 24 hours a day and then just start over next month and do it again.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But yeah. All right. So moving on here. These 3 sets are phenomenal.
You know what's really nice about the cosmic laser launcher is that it's a lot of the themes later, and I couldn't necessarily name specific ones. I think Blacktron might have been one, but they had one big base or something like that, and that was about it. And then they would have little bots and little cars and maybe a little mobile station that dropped out of a ship or something like that. But the fact that Unitron had one of the largest space sets ever of this huge monorail, and then they were like, yeah, and you get this too. And you can put that right in the center of the loop if you want. And it just expands that whole monorail setup into a beautiful space port, It's so cool.
Fun fact here from Andrew Alburn. The cosmic laser launcher is the only set to have 2 red guys.
Very nice.
And Tricerion is asking, do the color of the space dudes mean something? There's been a lot of speculation on what they all did, but there's a lot of yellow and blue guys doing a lot of stuff.
So maybe red could be the commanders.
Maybe.
Potentially. Yeah. We haven't really analyzed it enough to know. I see a yellow guy with a wrench here working on a panel, but then you got the red guy's driving this little truck over here. Yeah, I'd have to maybe run through it. I would say yes. I believe they would. I think the original intent from the designers is that yes, the colors probably meant something at the very least, just to let you divide people into little groups of oh, these are fighters, these are mechanics, these to give you that option. Whether Lego labeled them or not, I don't know that they did, but it's cool that they have the different colors. And that's what I love about, again, the City Space stuff that came out this year, is that they have those 4 colors, the orange, the green, that you can make these different groups and crews to do different things,
Yeah. I actually have 6850, the Auxiliary Patroller, and the 6884 Hyperpod Explorer.
I like that they just slapped a giant panel on that.
I do too.
And they're like, here's the whole fuselage of this flyer right here. This ship is just a big windshield.
It is.
That's
and
fantastic.
that robot and that little car actually sits inside that. And on that one, the wings come in and close to make it a tighter, more aerodynamic.
This is not a theme I've spent as much time looking at. Not because I don't like it. It's just one that I just haven't really sat looking at for a long time. And it's been looking through these now. It's incredibly good. Like it's so good.
Yeah, it is. For classic Lego, it is. It's really good.
It's so nice. And the part selection is beautiful. The little satellite thing on the cosmic laser launcher there with those trans blue panels on it. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
And those funny little weird, they almost look like metal detectors with the two control boxes inside. I love those parts too. Those are fun little pieces to play around with.
Yeah, something else too that's interesting about the cosmic laser launcher is it's got those 3x6 wedge plates like Blacktron had in the trans red, but these are the trans dark blue. You see that, Jason? They're on the rocket.
I do, yes.
That's a fun part.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
You can hardly find those anymore.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. I like the prints on these too. There's printing. There was printing on whatever that one was, the Star Patroller 2200 or whatever it was called. I always forget the names. Like one panel, one slide back, and I already forgot what I was looking at. But there was different. There's printing on that. There's printing on the little white one along the top of the auxiliary patroller. And there's printing on these panels on the laser launcher. So, and they're all different. And I think is there printing on the I think there's printing on the monorail as well. So
yeah, I think
maybe not,
monorail's got a few prints.
We'll get up to that one, I assume. Yeah, just nice prints all around. I mean, this was kind of before stickers were on everything, so good handfuls of prints here.
Trey Syrian, can we take a moment and appreciate the backgrounds? The laser grid is so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can take a minute and appreciate that. Let's have a moment of silence for that, real quick.
Just a deep breath. Just take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's very hard to replicate them. I've tried, but I have a pretty good one right now designed in Photoshop that I can change the colors out of to match the faction.
That's awesome.
Because each of the factions' grids was a different color.
Yeah, I didn't bother. I got the color blend on the back for mine and some of the star clusters and things like that, and didn't even try. I knew I couldn't pull off the laser grid. So yeah. It almost feels like, I wonder if this was the intention, that they're in a giant, like, kind of like a dome, because their visors are open in a lot of these.
Yeah, it's true.
Like a huge, like we're talking like, like those old, kind of old pictures of like what planets.
I mean, yeah, I could see that.
Like a huge, I'm talking huge, like almost like Sky Dome or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Where they've got synthetic atmosphere underneath of it.
That'd be rad.
I don't know. It's a fun thought. It kind of gives that feel for sure. But yeah. Yeah, man. So let's see. Andrew Auburn said he could write a dissertation on this theme. This is your theme. I've seen some of the stuff he's posted and some of the things he's collected for it. Like, yeah, it's his theme for sure. Good stuff. Jose says the red guy comes in 6703. Not sure which one that is, but so the red is, you said the red is the most rare.
Yeah, the red's the most rare.
Okay.
And Andrew Alburn mentioned that they were kind of expensive in comparison with the other ones.
Yeah,
I would say it would probably be yellow and blue would be similar, and then black is kind of difficult to come by.
Oh yeah, you don't see too many.
The red one, yeah. There's only a few black ones.
I wonder if the black is not quite as hard, and I don't know. I haven't looked at the market for these. Basically, just because it came on maybe a couple of the small.
Well, there's a black one right here. There's a black one in one of the little ships.
Yeah,
you get a black one in the minifig.
Oh, and the red. Oh, that's the one Jose was talking about.
Yeah,
the little set with the minifig set. So
these guys are all blue and yellow. And then blue, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Cool.
Well, let's chat about this big fella right here.
Dude. Yeah, I gotta take it in for a second here,
Yeah, man, the monorail is awesome.
Yeah, it's really, really nice.
Doesn't look like there's any printing on the trans blue.
Okay.
Pieces.
Yeah,
but I don't suppose that matters. I mean, the overall aesthetic
No.
of it is just phenomenal.
Well, you got to have blank ones too, so you can use them for other things, or have that variety. So it's good to have some plain panels as well, for sure. And I like that they have them here. Yeah, man, like those trans red, bars and dishes, making all these accents look so nice.
Right.
It's really good. I really like that. I like this little hovercraft with a little cargo piece there. That looks like the train cargo. He's moving it around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. So there's a fun little functionality piece there. Yeah, this I love the extension piece they made. That's a really fun one. They carried that on into Aquazone and potentially a couple other themes. The extension of the windshield, because this was before, I believe, they had the super long
Dude, I
Aqua
love
Shark.
that piece.
It's such a cool piece, man.
It is. It's a very cool piece, and it's rare.
Yeah. I've got a few in different colors because I think they did in yellow. Trans yellow, maybe transparent orange, and then in the blue color here. I don't know if I've got any blue ones, actually. They might just be the other colors, but yeah, it's a good piece. I love that piece. I like seeing it here. I'm assuming, I wonder, I don't know if they came on the classic space stuff that came before this, or if this is the first use of that part. Steve's got a monorail in the basement, making plans to set up all my track and the train. I love it. Yeah, I have a pack of extra tracks for my Unitron one, and you can really get some fun stuff going when you start clipping track together.
Oh, yeah.
They're only like $25 a piece. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's not even a big deal.
It's more expensive than like actual train hobbies. But yeah. Trans Red in Space Police 2. Oh, that's right, for that cool windshield extension. I'm calling it a windshield extension. I wouldn't know what the hinge box, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure it's got a technical term, but yeah, the transparent red ones are really nice on the Space Police stuff.
Yeah, well, Blacktron's got the yellow ones.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier we had some of the yellow ones from that theme. Let's see. Andrew says it's first use here with the Blacktron one, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good new piece, along with these new torso prints to have. And I guess, technically all this track and everything is new. Right?
Yeah, first one.
and little motors and stuff. Which I don't know, for people who don't have one of these motors, that's the center of the train here. It's actually pretty fun. I really enjoyed learning how it worked when I got mine and set it all up. The gear strip runs along the center of these track pieces, and it's little teeth on the gear strip. And that motor has a gear facing down that clamps, like rides a little tiny gear, and it spins it. And that's what moves this thing along this track.
Yeah.
And it's really, really clever, actually. And then there's a tab on the side of that motor. And again, this is just for people who may not have gotten to actually play with one of these things. And there's these little tabs on the side of the motor that you can push in and out, which determine which direction the train goes. And so you could turn like track control pieces to have them hit that as it went by and reverse the directions and things like that. So a lot of fun little features like that. A very sophisticated toy for this time.
Which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. If you could choose that, let's see. Mark Mirko says, if I could choose from that build and vault, this would be on the top 5 list. Oh yeah, a Billund from Denmark. Yeah, the vault, the Lego vault. Yeah. 155 back then.
That's like stealing it, man.
Yeah. I had the passengers half of the airport monorail. That's right. There was the airport one too.
Yeah, that was the that came out in like 1990, I think. and that was like the shuttle transport or something like that, shuttle monorail or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And they used it as like a park your car over here, and then we'll shuttle you to the airplane in the paddock for the
right.
The runways.
I love it. Yeah. That's another, that's another one. All the monorails are kind of white whale status for a lot of people, but yeah, the city one is huge for people too.
Pretty killer.
Still cool to own anything monorail related to Space or Nate. Yeah, if you could even just like some of the
I mean, I've got one. And it's this one, which is cool.
We're each sitting on the space ones, the opposite kind of I've got the Unitron, and you've got this one. So now we just need to each get the other ones.
Text is asking, did I include 6921? Which one is that? Is that the track? It would seem to be like the track, I think. No, I didn't include the track. Yeah. I think it's the track kit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so there's an expansion track kit. Same great art with the grid and everything and the little tan landscape.
I didn't include that as a set. I mean, I know it was technically a set, but
Yeah, I guess it was a Unitron set, though to be fair, you could use that track extension pack for the city monorail, the airport shuttle.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, it was just a box. Just a square with some track. Wasn't really something to talk about.
No, that's fair. It did come out under the Futron license, but it was just an extension pack for the tracks. Track came out in 1988. That was the year I was born. For this set, it was only $35.
Oh my lord!
$34. No way, dude. The track set is more expensive than a used Barracuda now. That's a funny sentence. More expensive than a used Barracuda.
That is kind of, I suppose we could use that in reference to our life somewhere.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's how I just run all my finances on what value it is in Lego.
Yeah.
It's like, am I going to go to Burger King or could I buy a Lego, a $20 Lego set?
Right.
No. Yeah, so I've heard, and this is kind of more hearsay than actual, I read it in a official Lego journal, but the track pieces were produced by, kind of like the raised base plates, were produced by another company. They were still Lego, same plastic, right? Obviously, it's high quality plastic. You had to actually have super high quality plastic for these teeth to hold up to the motor.
Yeah.
But yeah, something happened and they can't produce them anymore. I mean, I guess they could probably finagle it now and do it if they wanted to. They're not going to. That doesn't really make sense for the direction they've gone now. But yeah, that's why they became really expensive. They couldn't produce them anymore because something happened with the people who were producing them in the first place. And that's also kind of where the raised base plates fizzled out, was the same kind of issue. They were kind of almost made out, not in-house, but out with some other group. And then they would combine those parts together. So I don't know. That's what I've heard. I could be just people saying things, but it sounds right. So, but yeah, the tracks are very expensive. All that
Indeed.
to say.
Well, I wanted to add.
Okay.
This image right here. I created this image when I got the monorail here.
I like this one a lot.
It's got my sets in it. Minus the monorail.
Oh yeah, so those are the ones that you have, yeah, and then monorail, yeah, okay,
yeah. Because I was pretty into getting this one here. It's still sitting right up here on the shelf.
Oh, it's great. I like the little quote. I'm picking up something awesome.
That's right.
That's great. It is awesome. Real quick, on the company that went under that held the patent for the tracks. So it's not quite what I was saying, but that's a more
similar,
accurate description of what happened. Yeah. So that's why they kind of disappeared and then became expensive. Yeah, no, I like this image. I remember when you posted this. That's a great image. A lot of fun. It's a good way to show off a set like this. A lot of people just post, "Oh, look what set I got!" Yay. Okay.
I got to go over the top.
posting boxes, photos of boxes or whatever. Although I just posted a bunch of photos of boxes, but yeah, this is a better way to do it. At least make it fun, right?
Right. And then Andrew Alburn did us a solid here because we just talked about Mtron. We've got his copies of the Megacore Magnetizer built in Futron.
Beautiful.
So these are pretty phenomenal.
They're
built exactly like the Megacore Magnetizer, just a recolor.
So just parts exactly the same, just different.
And I mean, and it looks good.
Well, yeah, I mentioned to you that this, because the style of Mtron is so closely like related to this early space stuff, building this in these colors, it looks like it could have been a Futron set.
100%.
Yeah, you know, and then you get those crates. You know, you could see two, especially having two. That's phenomenal. And I think you confirmed that this is actually two physical builds, not somebody copy and pasted them.
Yeah, no, it's two. It's two in the same photograph. Yes.
Yeah. So it's actual real.
So
it's for real.
He started a a whole squadron of Megacore Magnetizer for Futron, which is
perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, and in this, to get a kind of a complete picture of the things happening, you get the monorail going, and it's doing its thing, and you got that the laser launcher site inside that with its domes open, and three of these roaming around the outskirts, moving gear and people and personnel all over the place. Like that is a beautiful space setup right there, man.
Oh yeah.
Can't complain about that. We got some reactions in the comments. Let's see. Mirko says, but they can't make them again for sure. Oh, that's talking about the tracks. Yeah, we kind of know that that's unfortunate that those aren't being made again. Let's see. The Lego Space Facts came with red Futron torsos, black helmets, and green legs. Oh yeah. Going back to the Lego Dacta guys that we talked about earlier. Yep. Yeah, those are expensive to build. Lorem ipsum.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, probably. Although,
those big wheels are pretty expensive nowadays.
I would guess it's no more expensive than probably parting out and building the actual Megacore Magnetizer.
Probably not.
I would guess it's around the same. I could be wrong.
Let's see. Well, the Megacore Magnetizer had that neon yellow or neon green trans lens, which there was less of that one than this dark blue one.
That's true. That is true. This one's pretty common.
Dark blue one came on quite a few sets moving forward. But yeah.
Philip, Future Core Magnetizer. I like it. No, this is the Valor. What was it called? The Valor Squadron.
Yeah.
Valor Squadron rolling out in these guys.
Yeah.
The Valor Squadron sounds like a fighting force.
It does.
You get those guys, you get all this cargo off of it, put armed guys up on those platforms, roll out.
Yeah, I mean it should, with the magnet arm like that, it should be picking up rockets and satellites like they do in Ice Planet.
Have like a little mounted turret you could clip in there on the sides instead of the cargo pieces.
Jose's asking if any of us got any of the new space sets. I did not.
I haven't yet. One. I almost picked it up. I almost picked one up at Target the other day because it was on sale actually. And I was like, oh man, but I wanted to be in a place kind of where I could maybe get them all within a fairly short period of time, and I'm just not quite there. So I was like, I'm not gonna pick this one up and not get some of the other ones. So I just left it. But they're worth getting. I think I would.
Yeah, I mean, I like them. I bought the last run, like right off rip. As soon as they released, I bought the whole set of them, which I think it was like 4 or 5 sets. But this one that just released, man, there's a bunch.
There's 7 of them, I think, and then there's like 2 or at least 1 poly bag, maybe 2. So it's a pretty, you're gonna be dropping a few $100 to get it all for sure.
For sure.
But it does have a nice couple of big ones, which is cool. Yeah, I mean, it's the way I like Lego doing things. I like them dropping a series of, different priced sets. We always come back to that, but it's the way it used to be, and it's nice to see again, like the consistency and the cohesion of this theme. City Space has a little bit of that, where you can buy all 7 sets or however many are in that theme, and it's like, oh yeah, they all go together. They look good. They all have, you get a whole crew of different colored space guys that can do different things on the set, and they have even a modular function to them. So I do like that, but yeah, if you want them all, it's going to be a little pricey.
Well, with me being me, and everybody knowing that I'm primarily a castle guy.
Yeah.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
They've got the Bricklink Designer Series 1 program releasing pre-sales on the Falcon Castle in there, which is like, I think it's going to be like $300 or something like that.
Dude, it's
$350,
$380.
Oh yeah,
it's almost $400.
So there's that coming out. Then we've got Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage, which an image was leaked on Instagram late last night.
Yep. Looking pretty nice.
That's coming. And then we've got that medieval market village, whatever, that's supposed to come out in March as well.
Yep. And then there's a big castle, tower, cottage, and dragon, Dungeons and Dragons set, which is very
so I mean, like,
castle
I love space, man, but it's city space for one.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a ding.
Not space.
Yep.
And there's way too much castle stuff coming out that I just have to have. Plus,
you gave up on Harry Potter.
I've been dedicating a lot of funds to the big castle.
Yeah, which we got to see a little sneak peek of that. Go check out Andrew's Instagram, Brick Monarch. He dropped a nice couple. Was it just one big photo?
Yeah, one
kind of photo of the big castle he's been working on. So guys, go check that out and follow his Instagram.
Yeah, definitely, because that castle has cost me like $30,000.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like, what, 2-3 years in the making?
2 years, yeah. 2 years to building.
Yeah. So, really impressive. Very hard to tell the scale. I mean, if you zoom in on the picture, it just blurs out before you can even see the size of the minifigs. So, it's very impressive. We're looking forward to seeing more on that, obviously. I had a hand in some things that you will get to see later on, but that's all we can say now because we got some plans for that. So,
indeed.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how that progresses. Snow White looks great, says Trorange. Yeah, Snow White, they really brought it around.
I mean, and
in the leak images.
Tricerion is mentioning that the dwarves don't look as great because they don't have, probably a molded head. But without a molded head, there's a lot more versatile things you can do because there's also new beards.
Yeah, there's a bunch, like a couple different beards, and then there's the little hoods in different colors. So
yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, they don't have the little noses, they don't look quite accurate, but I understand that. It comes with a prince, which is nice. So you get the prince and Snow White. You know, and there's 2 small builds too. It almost looks like a well and like
one of them is a well
or something out there, like something funny out there. So yeah, it's a very well-rounded, well-built set. It looks really nice. So yeah,
thank you, Rob, Twin, and Chorange. I appreciate you saying that about the castle. It's pretty phenomenal, and I'm hoping to change everybody's mind about how MOCs can be built.
Yeah, breaking boundaries.
Just spend your whole year's income on Lego bricks.
And this is what you can do.
Yeah, this is what you can do. You can build a 9-foot long castle.
There you go. Good stuff. Let's see. I was checking a couple cons. Jose, the castle on Bricklink is almost $400.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Oh, the Bricklink one. Yeah. We've just talked about that. Sorry. Yeah, unfortunately for me, obviously if you have money to drop on it, it's a Lego castle. It's pretty cool. I don't know if you get the points or not. I know you can order it when you go to click on it through Bricklink. It redirects you to lego.com, so that I would then assume you could maybe get points, but I don't know. So if you don't get the points for it, that's a little bit of a bummer. But
yeah, still, I mean, that would suck.
Yeah, for $380 worth of Lego points you don't get.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't say I was gonna buy it, but I also don't want to be the guy that's like doesn't get it later
Yeah,
on, and I gotta buy it from somebody for more.
I kind of like Castle in the Forest better. I don't know. This one's more like, yeah, maybe we should have a talk about it when it's out, and we can like bring up some pictures and really think about it. But
Well, I mean, we
there,
can't really think about it. We got 2 days before it releases, and they're making 30,000 copies, and that's it. So
I guess that's true. Hey, it's a big step from the 10,000 they made last year and the 5,000 they did originally. So it will sell out in like 5 hours instead of half an hour.
right. Yeah, I mean, so you might have a few hours to make your decision. And I believe that's on Wednesday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time, which is 6 a.m. my time here in middle time zone.
Yep. Yeah. Just as a point of the Lego community, like information, I guess here. Yeah, you got go and check that out. There's actually some really nice models. All of them look really cool. The Snack Shack is tiny and not probably worth $50, but
Still pretty cool though.
It's still fun, and it would work well in a lot of different people's cities.
Yeah.
All of them look really nice. They're very well done. I did a video on the Wild West one because that's the best priced one. It's a whole penny less per piece than the rest of them. Everything was priced at 9 cents. The Western one is priced at 8 cents per piece. So I don't know why, but I said that was worth, if you want the bang for your buck, and you like Wild West. If you don't like Wild West, obviously don't get it. But that one's the best priced one out of the lot. They're all a little overpriced in my opinion.
Yeah.
Considering, and I said this in the video, real quick, last little thing I'll say about this before we can move on and kind of wrap it up here. The Lion Knight's Castle, for $20 more, you get 519 more pieces, 12 more minifigures, 1 more horse, way more animals, and that's just for 20 more bucks, plus guaranteed those Lego points. So, cloth flags, bardings, the whole works. The Bricklink designer program is just
true.
It's used parts on that basically. They've come out on something else already. So yeah, it's a hard one. It's like, I mean, 520 more parts and 12 more figs is absolutely worth $20 more. So,
and I mean, to be honest with you, even if that $20 actually went to the person that designed it,
right?
I would see that.
Yeah.
That would be okay. I'd be okay with that, right?
Yeah.
But in the Bricklink version of Lego Ideas, they don't get paid. The designer doesn't get any money.
They don't get anything, just recognition, I guess.
Just this is the guy that designed it. Probably. Yeah.
That's a bummer, because I know in the Lego idea, is it Lego Idea? Yeah, Lego Ideas has you get like a small percentage of the profits.
Yeah.
It's not much. It's like 2 or 1%, but it's still, I mean, they sell thousands and thousands of these things. So it's it adds up a little bit, but
yeah.
Anyway, all right, back on to, let's talk about Lego next week.
Yeah.
Pirates.
Yeah, we're gonna start Pirates at the beginning. Run 1989 to 91. Mm-hmm. I've kind of broken the Pirates down. 1989 to 91, and then 92 and 93, and then 94 through 96. So those are all going to be in there. So it should be kind of fun. Now we're not going to do these videos back to back, but we are going to do this pirate next week, and it'll be very colorful and flagrant with gold and sword fights and planks and ships and all that good stuff. So
it's like the romanticized golden age of piracy, man. It's what you got in those old movies.
Classic Redbeard.
Yeah,
with the brown epaulets
and big climactic ship battles with lots of gun smoke and grappling hooks.
Yeah, all that good
it's a good time. Fantastic. And Mirko said last week when we talked about building a large scale, what did he say? Andrew, you really got me thinking about that huge Kings Mountain fortress. The idea is awesome. You should do that one day.
Yeah, I will. When we're officially done with the one that I'm building now.
Yeah.
I plan on doing a few of them.
Well, let's just, finish up the 1 million plus part castle I'm still working on.
Let me get that done first.
And then we'll get into some of that other stuff.
Try and do a lot of stuff here.
Lauren, will you ever play the commercials? You know, I'm not sure that we could pull that off. I don't know if we could do that. It be a little bit technical.
I think we can. I think we can. It's just I haven't done it yet. I haven't done it yet, but I could try.
We could give it a shot. You know, it might be fun because that could almost then be like a part of the show where we almost do it like a reaction where we're kind of taking it in and talking about what we like about the commercials and stuff. So
yeah,
it's a good idea. I thought about it before. I just assumed it would be a little bit of a technical thing. So I'm not sure, but
well, you know, my time is obviously already spread pretty thin. So
yeah,
adding new content to it, and it's just like you know, trial and error. And you know, if I don't have the straight path to like be like, okay,
absolutely,
here.
Yep.
I have to push it off until I have time. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea, and it's a good idea. And I think we should, because I think it's a good talking point, because a lot of kids, that was how they saw them first, was the commercial.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thanks for pointing that out. Also, thanks for mentioning that real quick, Andrew, because it is a time commitment that we do here. And so the subscriptions, the donations, all of the things that you guys contribute, even just clicking that like, pushing it in the algorithm, that's all something that really helps us make that time, you know, more, not to say more worth it, because we talk about this stuff. We love this stuff. It's not like we're doing it for money or anything like that, but it does help. So we appreciate that, guys. So thanks so much for sticking around. We had a nice group of people here. Yeah, thanks for dropping comments. That's been another episode, man. Another episode of Let's Talk About Lego.
Yeah, another great episode. We're going to talk about Pirates next week. And then again, for those of you that didn't hear me last week, after Pirates, we are going to get into some classic town and then circle back around to Castle again.
Perfect. You always got to circle back to Castle. That's where we land.
Oh yeah, of course.
that's coming home for us. That's our version.
All right, everybody, home. Have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Yes.
Yep. Sounds good, guys. Take it easy.